Well, ladies and gentlemen. Well. Emergency meeting held by Christopher Vivell. Let's talk about this. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Check this particular news out. Two bits of news that I really want to talk about, delve deep into and discuss and see how you guys are feeling about this. But disclaimer, first of all, like this is coming from Ziyech and this brother has been a massive miss in recent times. So whatever he's saying from his perspective or whatever source he has, I'm not really sure. Tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, all of that. I'm not sure exactly how much we want to believe it. However, it's interesting. I mean, it's not far-fetched. Now, some people might comment and say, Miz, oh, you believe this and you think this isn't far-fetched, but you don't believe when, Matt Law comes out and backs the owner. No, I'm not saying that I don't believe that. I just feel like it does not sit logically correct. Like when you think about 2 out of 15, you definitely undoubtedly would believe that there is some sort of problem that's happening internally. 2 out of 15, forget about football. Just think about it wherever you're working, wherever you're participating, whether it be in school or whether it be in university or office. When your particular environment is going through a mess, which Chelsea Football Club is currently enduring, there's always going to be complaint when you're going through negativity, like even at work. Like say for me, when I'm going through months and months of, pain and suffering, there's going to be complaints. Like I've been there. I've been in toxic environment at work. And I'm pretty sure you guys, as I said, whether it's in school, whether it's in university, whether it's in office, when people are in in negative, where results are not going your way, there's always going to be complaints. So that's why I'm thinking when Matt Law is saying all of this stuff, it kind of doesn't make sense to me, because how can the owners appreciate what's going on? So coming back to this Ziyech Kinsella situation, once again, as I said, disclaimer, it's Ziyech Kinsella. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it may not be too far-fetched. Chelsea's new technical director, Christopher Vivell, led an emergency meeting with Graham Potter and his staff on Tuesday to address how their season is unravelling. Crisis talks were called at the club's Cobham training ground. This is led by Christopher Vivell. Now, before we get into the crisis meeting, first of all, as I said, is it abnormal that there was a crisis meeting? For me personally, I don't think it is abnormal. 2 out of 15, I'm surprised that it's taken this long to have a crisis meeting. So from that perspective, I don't think this is abnormal. So there could be some truth behind it. Secondly, Christopher Vivell leading it, which makes me think there might be a shift in regards to, I wouldn't say who's running the show, but who's in charge at the moment and who's probably going to relay the information to the owners. Previously, as you would have seen last summer, the rookie window, when the new owners first came in, they were just willy-nilly doing whatever they want. This particular window that just finished in January, we finally got to see it's not the owners that's just doing stuff. It's Winston Lee and Christopher Vivell and all the other directors that have been put in place by our owners. They seem to be making the decision. Now, my first thing is Christopher Vivell. He's just recently been appointed into the role, probably about a couple of months ago. He wasn't in this whole scheme of things when Graham Potter was selected. That was still the previous ownership, just willy-nilly doing whatever. I won't be surprised one bit if Christopher Vivell has some sort of reservation in regards to Graham Potter. Now, had Christopher Vivell been there from the get-go, I don't know, one, if he would have sacked Thomas Tuchel. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to comment too much into it because it's already by the by, it's finished. But I don't know. There's a bit of an uncertainty. Would he have got rid of someone like Thomas Tuchel at that point if he was there along with Paul Winstonley and all the other directors? And on top of that, obviously Thomas Tuchel's gone, so we can't worry about that. And, on top of that, as I'm saying, is that when Graham Potter was selected, would someone like Christopher Vivell actually supported that move? So there's two sections here. Would he have got rid of Thomas Tuchel? We don't know, uncertain. And also, would he have actually gotten someone like Graham Potter to replace Thomas Tuchel? And I feel like, even though there's a little bit of uncertainty there, I kind of feel maybe Christopher Vivell would not have chosen someone like Graham Potter. Maybe they would have gone with someone who's a little bit more tried and tested, someone who's got a little bit more history about winning. When you're leading this project, and let's not kid around ourselves, this project that Chelsea Football Club are running is a huge project. It's big. It's money's been thrown into it. It's a multi-billion-dollar project that's going on. Stadium redevelopment. There's going to be the club model that's going to happen. Lots of sponsorship, marketing, avenues to think about. And already, 600 million plus have been spent on players coming in. This is a huge project, and I'm not really sure if Vivell would have really gone with someone like Graham Potter. So, look, this situation, we'll see. Time will tell with the next few matches that's coming up. Spurs, Leeds, Dortmund. If someone like Vivell actually then ends up, if the results go south for us again, especially the Spurs one, you lose against Spurs, I think the match-going fans who are already voicing out their concerns and already losing trust on Graham Potter, Vivell will see this, and he may just relay the message to the owners and say, hey, it's time to cut your losses. It's time to cut your losses, and let's look elsewhere. And I'm pretty certain someone like Vivell, Paul Winstanley, Anthony Stewart or Lawrence Stewart, whatever his name is. I keep thinking Anthony Stewart. I don't know why that name Anthony, but I think it's Lawrence Stewart. All of these people will end up searching for the next manager, because they won't continue this way. It's just untenable. It really is. You cannot, as much as you want to give this manager time to rebuild, 2 out of 15, which is the record right now, is not justifiable. Simply not justifiable. And you carry that into 2 out of 16, 2 out of 17. Well, there's damage limitation. So watch this space in regards to Christopher Vivell. I think he's probably the one that everyone reports to in regards to, the coach, the backroom staff, and then he then relays the message on to the owners and gives his recommendation. I don't think he makes the decision. I think he recommends it. Ultimately, the owners obviously have some say. Down the track, we'll see. If someone like Vivell and Paul Winstanley, are they sort of going to be I think they are already co-directors. Are they going to be the ones who are going to make the decision? And Todd Bowley is basically, I suppose the chairman. At the end of the day, he listens, he understands. He'll still have the final sort of signature on the meetings document, but these particular individuals like Vivell and Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, they're going to be the ones who are going to really make the footballing decisions. So watch this space, what happens. So interesting development happening in regards to Graham Potter's future. Crisis meeting. I don't think it's too far-fetched. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. This is the final sort of news that I wanted to go through. And this is something that we've touched on recently, but I think it's timely we sort of look at it again. Chelsea's new owners are determined to lower the wage bill and want players to agree to incentivized contracts where their salary increases if they achieve certain targets like qualifying for Champions League and so on and so forth. Unfortunate timing for Mason Mount. This is from The Athletic. So there is some heavyweight on it. There is some heavyweight when you have The Athletic reporting on it. Look, couple of questions off the back of this. One, is this sustainable? Like, you're not going to be able to lure in the big superstars. I mean, look, we already have lured in Enzo Fernandez and João Felix, no problems. But these players, well, João Felix, we're paying good money, to be honest. We're looking after his wages. He's on high wages in Atletico Madrid, and we've paid a lot of money for his loan. So if we want to make him permanent, I don't think João Felix is going to go for this particular contract. And I think this is the question that I'm asking. Enzo Fernandez, when he was in Benfica, was already on a low wage. So him going to, I think it's supposedly meant to be 97K per week. I think it's like tripled his income. Same with Mudryk. It's like times 7 his income. So for them, it's a great offer. But moving forward, players like João Felix or anyone else who's already on high salary and is a superstar, I don't think you're going to be able to lure those sort of players in. This level of, articulation in contracts and this level of different requirements in the contract, you're probably going to be luring in the youngsters predominantly. You're not going to be able to get those superstars. Now, that's one thing. Is it sustainable for Chelsea Football Club to continue running the club with youngsters? Do you know what I mean? Like, you need some form of experiences. We can't just, influx the entire team with young players. You have to have some level of experience, and experience come with some form of money. And I don't know if all of those players will appreciate this. Now, some of you guys say, well, if they don't, then they don't. But down the track, even the current players, they'll want to leave too, because they'll probably think they can earn more money. So that's one thing. However, I like this though. I think it should be like that. You should get paid accordingly to your success. If you qualify for the Champions League, you get paid well. If you hit certain numbers of goals and assists and performance levels, you get paid well. We shouldn't just throw money. Do you know what I mean? So from that perspective, I'm fine. The other aspect is obviously, which works for us, we do need to reduce the wage bill. Our wages are out of control, absolutely out of control. We've really nearly given money to anyone out there. Lukaku's on 300k, Kai Havertz on like 250 plus K, Kepa, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And some of these players just haven't performed, and some are not even part of this football club. They're on loan elsewhere. So it's something to really think about, because it creates a bad precedent. And this is why they're saying this is unfortunate time for Mason Mount. Like, he's stuck in a bit of a pickle. He's absolutely stuck in a bit of a pickle where he probably is thinking about getting more money. He's on 75k. Of course, he's thinking about more money. And it's not just about double, because that only gets him to about 150k. He's thinking about earning the levels what other players are earning at the moment. Do you know what I mean? 250k plus. Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic is earning, I think, close to 160, 170, maybe even more. Chilwell's on 190. So Mason Mount will definitely demand that caliber of money. And on top of that, I think there's some conditions in regards to contract term, how long it is for. I think what Chelsea are trying to say is that, look, we'll give you the security, we'll give you a longer term contract. I think they're probably not matching his salary expectation. So this seems to be the policy for the new board at the moment: long-term contract, lower wages, and incentivized. If you do well, you get the bonuses. And I'm not really sure if Mason Mount's keen on that. And on that matter, I think this is probably going to be goodbye for Mason Mount. Like, I can't see how it's resolved unless they make an exception that for Mason Mount will do that. But I don't think Mason Mount is a player that you make an exception for. You can perhaps do that for Reece James. He's world class. Yes, he gets injured, but when he plays and when he's back into full form, he's stupendous. Mason Mount has not been good for very, very long time. And it's sad, because right now there's talks about his contract. This is the time where he needs to really showcase why he should be worth what he thinks he's worth. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let me know about this contract. There is a negative point about the contract in regards to, I don't know whether you can be able to attract the top of the top caliber quality in world football always, because they're going to be asking for more money. And sometimes your football club, they do need that. But on the other hand, there is the whole situation of you shouldn't blow out your wage bill. You should look after it and not create crazy precedents that we've done in recent times. And now players like Mason Mount finds themselves in a very, very bad situation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought about everything we've talked about, the two topics. Obviously, most interestingly, the Christopher Vivell one, emergency meeting. Let me know your thoughts around that. What happens if we lose against Spurs? Please comment below. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Hopefully, we will have a live tomorrow. I know last couple of days we haven't been. The day before, I was tired. Today, we had the all-you-can-eat Chelsea. So you had that particular content there. But hopefully, we'll be back doing lives early in the morning UK time, and then this particular video that comes later on in UK will continue on. Till next time, everyone, take care. See ya.